You my uncle or something?
Definitely. From another life, probably. Probably. I just call myself this because a lot of people need an uncle out there. You know what I mean? Like,
Period.
greetings, Earthlings. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Uncle Makara. Back at it again with another video. Okay, today we're talking all about neediness and apathy. So the opposite of flow state is apathy. Okay, I'm a flow state specialist. I've been studying about the flow state and making it a practice in my daily life for years and years. Okay, and I finally understood some of the missing pieces to this thing, because I work with a lot of clients, I work with a lot of students who are very, very interested in tapping into their limitless potential. That sounds like a very vague, amorphous personal development term. However, what this really means is you're accessing parts of you that you would have never considered before. What I've noticed in a lot of these people who are lacking the flow state is they're in a state of fear. And what happens when you're in a state of fear? Your imagination constricts. Okay? Your imagination doesn't allow you to think of the greatest possible solution in those moments. It goes with fearful images that create reaction within you. Reactive imagery. Okay? And so what I've noticed in a lot of my students is this kind of emotional color blindness. It's almost like a kind of apathy, feeling apathetic. And we have to differentiate this from stoicism, because apathy and stoicism are two different things. Stoicism reaches you towards ataraxia, inner peace. Apathy leads you towards a disturbance of your mental peace. Another thing that I've noticed is a lot of people get very distant and cold when they're scared. So a regular person can actually analyze a situation like, okay, this happened, this made me feel sad, and then I got anxiety because I couldn't handle that sadness. For a person who's going through apathy, they're just like, I'm struggling, bro. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what I'm feeling. Okay? It's a question mark. Because there's a difficulty in pinpointing what the emotions internally feel. Another thing I've noticed is unassertive communication styles. Okay? Really like soft spoken and yeah, man. They'll make a little comment here and there. I used to be like this. I used to be epically shy. Okay, epically shy. Could not open up to a single human being, probably. Now I'm able to connect with others. Why? Because I love talking for the sake of talking. I'm not attached to the outcome. I'm not like, this conversation will get me a promotion. This conversation will get me a date or a relationship. This conversation is... I don't have any hidden agenda. I'm simply showing up as my frequency, and if you resonate with that frequency, you'll talk back and you'll latch on. And if you don't, whatever, dude. They can't even touch you in your world. What are you talking about? You see what I'm saying? In your universe, in your world, they cannot touch you. So what are you stressing out about? You're stressing out about what they make you feel like. But let me ask you this, why aren't you making yourself feel like that first? We can't get what we don't have already. This is an unlayering process, a removal process, not a chasing process. A lot of people are judgmental because they judge their mental. I just came up with that, but that's brilliant. You see, when you get out of your own way, the universe actually has the answers for you. It's just when you try to create constructs and rules and dogmas and systems and, work through a certain kind of protocol that will make you feel like you have the most logical sense of control of the word around this area, it's becoming rigid. Instead of what? Dynamism. Dynamism. Dynamism with direction. Okay? Charisma with intention. I'm not just saying just spew your energy out there and be like a melting pot of the annoying, animated, expressive, hey, what's up, blah, 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 blah. I don't want you to be that guy either. But you can't fear going there. That's the thing. I can be that guy if I wanted to. I have no issues with diving into that dimension and picking up the teachings from there if I so choose to. And so that's the mindset. So the thing you can start off with, really, it's very simple. You change your breathing, make it slower. You become aware of what you're internally feeling. It sounds so stupid to explain this to somebody, but this is really what you've got to do, okay? Especially if you're feeling apathy. Number one, your automatic body response is to constrict. Instead, what I want you to do is the complete opposite. I want you to expand outwards. Now, a lot of people who are in these mood swing states, okay, what happens is they feel like they're on top of the world and at the bottom of the world. A person with average EQ, emotional intelligence, understands that life has ups and downs, and that creates the rhythm, the sine wave of life. It keeps moving, right? What comes down must go up, what comes up must go down, okay? So we are in this constant flux of energies. And you are the energy maintenance unit. You are the one that controls this electromagnetic signature everywhere that you go. So you could have a conversation with someone and not say a damn thing. I feel like we're having a nonverbal conversation right now. Probably in the astral. Bad. I already understand I'm not a flavor for everybody.
Jumping up and down.
You
That's
definitely
so
have
funny.
a Kali energy.
My stomach is hurting. My stomach is hurting so much.
Some people are gonna bring their own projections onto this, watch this video, go home, blog about it, okay? I got offended by a tantric flowboy, a spiritual narcissist online. This guy, he creates manipulative and deceptive content in order to... Whereas I'm trying to be of service.
Fire, fire, fire.
You get that? So get how someone else's consciousness can be so different from yours.
Uncle Marka.
Makara.
Oh, Uncle Makara.
Yeah, but Makara is the Hindu sea monster that protects all the temples. What does their projection of me have to do with me? Nada. Maybe it's my own insecurities being manifested out into the physical world so that I can deal with it. Okay, that's one way of thinking about it. So when you express yourself, you want this musicality of up and down, and I can speak in a French accent if I wanted to, okay?
This is Jemima.
Oh, got it. What do you guys like?
Australia.
Yeah.
Australia.
Fantastic. I was actually gonna go to New Zealand. I host these like spiritual retreats around the world, so yeah, I was gonna go to New Zealand for my next retreat, but maybe I'll hit up Australia.
Yeah, New Zealand are very different, so you should come to Australia. We've got more like stuff.
It's also bigger.
If you're looking,
You've got more stuff. You're trying to win me over. Okay, go ahead.
well, we are.
We really do have more
Australia's
stuff,
got
though.
like warmer
And
climates,
New Zealand's
right?
way more expensive.
Exactly.
It's like shit.
New Zealand's kind of cold, and like Australia, if you do like spiritual kind
Come
of stuff,
right now, the Pacific
Australia.
You do it for the experience. You do it even when it feels uncomfortable and silly.
That.
Vibes grow.
I'm sorry, Colson.
Damn, how did that happen? The fuck?
Chicken wings are really good.
We live in China?
Channeling, not channeling.
What?
Channeling different entities and spirits.
Do you live in the Caribbean?
The Caribbean?
Yeah.
No, that's just my wallpaper, yo.
What?
Yeah.
I thought you were outside. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
that would be cool. I would love to live outside. Yeah.
Me too.
That's actually when you should double down and do it. This is a very artful nuance, right? You don't want to be the goofy guy who just uses humor as a crutch, and you don't want to be so serious that you have a stick up your butt. You know when life gets boring? When everything goes according to plan. Okay, one single tone of the musical scale. B or whatever, right? One tone, monotone. It doesn't change in its range. So bring a little bit of that musicality. Why do I feel so free today? It's because I did an Akashic healing session with Heather yesterday, okay? So that was really, really powerful. And what I understood from that is, number one, my ego does not serve me, okay? It's trying to prevent me from doing a lot of different things. Number two, my name in the astral, or my soul name, is called Demon Slayer, or I think The other one was Master Alchemist, okay, which I find very, very interesting, because we talk about, you know, pleasure alchemy on this channel, and we talk about, you know, being flow state Jedis and so forth. And it's really, really interesting because that's kind of how I envision this archetype. I mean, this archetype has been kind of transforming throughout time, but from that session, I really got to understand what my purpose is here in this incarnation, and this particular mission that I have of flow state and mysticism coming together to help people stay protected, find their own codes, find their own chakra system alignment, find their own deity work, find everything that they need in order to get themselves to move forward, okay, on their spiritual path. And this is not just like, you know, kind of dabbling into it. This is actually becoming a movement, a lifestyle, you know, a process where people are starting to wake up to their own divinity, to their own truth, where they're starting to realize that, wait a minute, I've been externalizing my power forever. Now it's time to come back to what truly is within. And maybe I do need that solitude, because when you raise your vibration, you're going to lose a lot of people. And then that's when you need to recreate your own group. Okay? That's when you need to create a rebirth. Your own movement, your own tribe and community is coming up a lot, right? So you can join ours if you haven't found your own yet. But eventually I want you to start your own, okay? Because we want to keep this ripple effect moving forward, okay? This positive momentum. We are the upward spiral gang, okay? We are the upward spiral gang. So wherever we go, we're just leveling up. Every single week, every single month, every single year, you'll see us and we'll be different. We'll be different. We'll be more refined in our characters. We'll have something about us where we go, man, that's so powerful and I need to shift there. And then as I watch my old videos back, I start to cringe, obviously, because I transform so fast, right? Someone made a comment about that. And I think it's so, so powerful when you can have that level of shock factor towards yourself. Because if your life is going mundane, really boring like this, and you haven't come across a video like this ever, you're probably like, whoa, dude. You know, I'm like drunk eating hot Cheetos and like Mickey D's, and I come across a video like this. What the hell, right? You learn to give you what you want others to give to you. You want other people to give you pleasure, but can you give yourself pleasure? Not for a lot of people. For a lot of people, masturbation is just robotic and it creates friction. It doesn't create arousal or excitement. It's become just another thing you do. It's lost its sacred meaning. So how did I step out of my apathy? How did I step out of my neediness, personally, in my own life? Number one, I changed my expectations. Hear this out. I changed my expectations to my standards. Two different things. Expectation is like, I want this to go a certain way. I want the reality to reflect exactly what I'm going through. Okay, that's like the definition of suffering, man. When you want reality to be a specific way and you're not seeing it like that. And what is like really struggling or suffering even mean? It just means that you're feeling negative emotion. You just haven't processed it in the right way, and so it feels like this gunk, this stuckness that you can't even put into words, right? That's what King Nixa told us, the elemental king of water, okay? You can't even put it into words, because whatever is mentionable is manageable, as Fred Rogers said in that movie, right? So when we put it into words, we expose it to the light, we expose it to the truth. Darkness does not like being exposed. So that's the first thing you do when you face negative emotions. You speak about it. This is what is happening right now. And then you don't end it there. You go, however, I am choosing not to respond to this destructive thought because I am more powerful than that. You end with something empowering. You don't let that thought dictate where your sentence ends. And this is what a lot of people do. I'm feeling angry, and my situation will never change. Full stop. Come on, bro. You really had to end the movie there? You had to end the movie script on that? Come on, bro. I'm angry and things will never change is what I would have thought if I was in a different hologram. But currently in this incarnation, I was watching an interview the other day with Aubrey Marcus and this one channeler. He channels these beings that he calls the guides. Maybe you guys want to watch some of this video. His name is Paul Selig. I recently checked it out. And one of the quotes that he said, which was really ringing true for me, which is about shadow work, you know, and the shadow is anything that we resist or reject within ourselves. He said, what you put in darkness puts you in darkness. Do you know what channeling is? Have you ever heard of that?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, do you believe in that?
Not really. Do you?
Not really. So I've been actually channeling for 2 years now and I've been experiencing trippy shit with it. A really wild journey. So I just wanted to like confirm it with others because I thought I was crazy in the beginning, right? Experiencing this. But eventually I kind of like it's almost like having a Skype conversation with a thought form. Like it's not even a real person.
So it works?
But it feels like someone is speaking back to you. Like it's almost a receptive energy. But it's also expressive at the same time. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Where did you first
I think I'm gonna try it.
Where did you first hear of channeling, if you don't mind me asking?
Just like on movies and stuff.
Illumination is never the battle or the fight. The modern shaman yearns for spiritual growth and understanding. A lot of people in the spiritual community are one-trick ponies. Seriously. Okay? I understand. My guides even tell me that I have so many of these different... I'm multi-talented, right? I have all these different interests, but I've got to learn how to refine all of those, overlap all of those into one. And that's where I can truly activate my power and make it shine. Not in expecting something in return. Hey, yeah, maybe the teenage dorky version of me would possibly behave in that way. And I'm not denying that. I'm telling you to transcend the mundane. The boring stuff in your life is self-generated. You get it? You're sitting in your own vomit. It's self-generated. You're not getting up, you're not doing anything about it. And so it's staying stagnant and the same. If you keep believing that thing in your reality, it is going to show up multiple times. So every time that you have a little excuse that comes up, give yourself a choice in that moment to go a little bit closer to your goal. And it doesn't have to be only for the outcome or the goal. Sometimes you just talk for the experience of talking, engaging with another person. How do you know? There could be so many gifts that you could learn from this one person, but you don't even know. Right? You don't even know. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. This was kind of a different perspective, but I think what I'm really saying is allow yourself to feel through your feelings, okay? It's not that you're weak or beta or whatever, right? It's just you need to gain awareness of what you're actually feeling in the moment so you can transmute it, let it go, and do whatever you need to do at the end of the day, right? Like, don't keep all these emotions hoarded in like some kind of a giant winter basket, giant luggage somewhere in your psyche, you know, hoarding it around and then dumping it on others, right? That's not going to be a healthy strategy for you. What I actually recommend is you go to groups and communities that are working towards the opposite of your problem. So let's say you're going through anxiety, you find groups about courage and confidence and public speaking. I don't know, maybe even adventure sports or something, right? Something the opposite of what you've been experiencing, go do that. That is going to be your greatest teacher. The thing that you're resisting and avoiding right now might just be your greatest teacher that gives you the greatest epiphany in your life that you never would have expected if you hadn't gone there. These annoying fat books, right? These annoying ones, like the big fat ones, right? From those books, I've gained some of the most epic insights that you have known. But I had to push myself to read, right? I had to encourage myself. I had to give myself daps. I had to keep myself entertained. Even as I'm reading, I'm not like, hey, and then the guy went to the gym, and then he did this. I'm reading it like the most enthralling voice and storybook in my own mind, and I'm melting into the pages, guys. I am becoming the book as I'm reading it. That's what you want to get to, that subject-object merging. That's what the flow state Jedi, the priest beast, the savage shaman knows. They know how to understand another. We don't have to agree with another, but the understanding creates a potency within. You don't have to understand me. You don't have to like me. But make sure you hear the message, because sometimes this is not me. There's something else speaking through me. But it needs to be heard clearly, because why else is this message being transmitted through this very vessel? How many of you guys have been feeling lethargic, tired very recently? That's because the darker powers right now are testing us. We're going up in the octaves, as we've discovered. What does that even mean? To some of you, that doesn't even make sense, what I just said. What do you mean octaves? What are you talking about? I just came here for my neediness. I don't know. Why are you putting all this extra stuff in here? I don't get it. Okay? I know what you're thinking, but everything interconnects at the end of the day. Okay? All of these thoughts, these emotions, these feelings, these doubts that you're having are all coming up in your own mind and looping and creating the circumstances you're in. Until you what? Look for an alternative belief that empowers and dominates the earlier one. It's a psychological dominance that you need against the old belief. That's real mindset mastery, okay? What I just told you. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Have an incredible day. May the flow be with you and stay legendary. Let's get it. Upward spiral, gang. I'll see you on the other side. We're taking all the prisoners with us, okay? We're vigilantes. This is some Robin Hood shit in the astral. Let's get it. We're all gonna make it. Us.